Hey, you guys, welcome to the More Life Podcast, and this is your host, Jazzy, and today I'm here with my special guest. You know, you got Drizz, the CEO, you have AMIRAH Means, all right, and we got my co-host here.
Yo.
Karen Cash. So, yeah, this episode is called Hustle and Flow.
Cute.
So, yeah. And by the way, y'all are the first ladies on our podcast.
Really?
Right,
Yeah.
dudes the last few episodes.
Yeah.
What? Okay, that's dope. That's dope. Let's set the tone.
Right.
Period.
Okay, so what is your definition of hustle and flow?
Well, me, flow, y'all know what flow is.
All right.
Y'all know what flow is me. But hustle and flow together, I guess you could say, you know, just giving your best at everything you do.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, that's for me because I'm a rapper. So, you know, flow just comes naturally for me. But hustle, including the flow, is just like me giving my best at whatever it is that I do. Whatever verse I put out, anything that I put out, giving my best to that.
Yeah.
For one, I think of the movie. But I would say hustle, the word hustle makes me think of movement and just getting things done. And the flow would be kind of really just letting things be, submitting to the universe and the flow of things and kind of just believing, manifesting, and then just letting it happen. So,
period.
Okay. My definition of hustle and flow is, well, y'all know what hustle is. You got to get you some motion, have you some business going. You know what I'm saying? The flow of it all is how can you navigate through it? Because that can be kind of challenging and tough.
right.
It can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so mine, hustle, I think my definition is by any means necessary. So that's my definition for hustle. Flow, more so, like she said, submitting to the earth, like putting it in God's hands, letting him do it. So, yeah.
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 Very true.
So, do you feel like it's hard to be a woman in the rap industry?
That is a tricky question. That's tricky because I think for me, it's fairly easy for me just because I think rapping comes naturally to me. So
We can see it.
yeah, I don't. It's like if you want to talk about, I guess, the industry, then yes, it is hard being a woman in the industry, especially because it's male dominated. So being a woman, you have to really know your craft. You have to be good at your craft, and you have to be a hustler at your craft for people to really take you serious. So it can be hard, but I navigate my way through it because I'm determined to do it. So, you know,
Mindset.
yeah, that's all. That's literally what it's about. Your mindset.
Do you really think it's hard for women right now? Because
Well,
y'all
right
dominate.
now,
Y'all dominate. I ain't gonna lie.
right now, in this very moment, right now, in this time, no, it's not.
Right, it's not for
Because
real.
we trying to take over. You know, we doing a good job of taking over too. Because
Yeah.
men are becoming a little less.
Lazy.
Yeah.
They lazy.
A little
They
complacent.
not trying. Yeah.
Complacent.
Very complacent and not taking it serious. Like all it takes is one moment for something
Yeah.
to change. The trajectory could just change so quickly. So yeah, we doing our thing right now. let me change my answer. Yeah, we doing our thing.
So do y'all think that women have a different type of hustle than men?
Oh yes, of course, of
Why
course.
so?
Because women are expected to, you know, get, and don't get me wrong, men are expected to do certain things too, because in their mind, how they were raised up, especially black men, you have to provide, you have to do this ABC, you have to be there for the home and this. But women, we hustle on another level than men because we hustle nonstop. Like men feel like work is the hustle and that's it.
Right.
When they come home, they feel like, okay, this is my time to chill. Woman can go to work, come home, it's never ending.
Cook, clean,
Cook,
everything.
yes, kids, all that is a hustle.
Yeah.
It's all a hustle. So I feel like men they have it a little bit easier than women in some aspects of life. I do.
Okay.
I feel like it depends on the man and the woman. Because if you have a man doing on his stuff like he's supposed to be and a woman on hers, and they're each playing their role as far as going to get what they going to get.
Right.
I feel like the perspective would be women are more connected in an emotional sense to when it comes to hustle, because it's not just like I was talking to a man before and it was like he described a man brain as waffle brain, and a woman brain as spaghetti. Because for us, everything is connected. And for men, it's just kind of like this, and that. Like, none of it connects. I'm focused on one thing, and that's what I'm focused on. But us, it's our heart tied to the children, tied to passion, tied to love, tied to all of these different emotions.
Careers,
that's
all that.
all of that. That's gonna dictate the hustle as well. And so I just feel like it's different in the sense that we just different people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a carpenter in the building, a female carpenter.
I saw some of your work. Very impressed. Yes, I saw. Told you the women are taking over.
Right, that's the first time I've ever heard of a female doing that type of work.
Really? Very nice.
That's very surprising you said that, because like the DIYers are taking over right now.
Yeah,
I'm
following them so heavy right now. Right. Yes.
They're so motivational.
It's pleasing to watch too. You know, just seeing somebody build from the ground up. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I be building small stuff like a little table. But you building a whole shelf. You doing everything. Yes.
Yeah, it still amazes me.
So what intrigued you about carpentry?
Okay, so I would have to go back.
Back in time.
So originally I was actually studying mechanical engineering at Prairie View, and I was just and the only reason I did that because I did robotics in high school, and I was a mechanical engineer of the team, and I was actually building the robot. And so, see, the building aspect, I really loved that. And so I got to college, there was a building. It was just sitting in class. It's more theoretical math and stuff. And so I was like, this is not me. And I was there for a long time. I went to college at 15, so super young. And so still trying to find myself. And I just was like, this is not for me. The pandemic came, and I was just like praying. I went through a depression. You know, everybody was like really going through stuff during that time. Yeah. And I was like praying and asking God, like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? And so I kid you not, like I got this detailed vision of playhouses, like building playhouses for children. And so I got on the computer and I'm like, what career is that? And so I'm looking up different stuff, and carpentry came up, and I looked into that, and I just was like, I think I could do that. And long story short, I signed up for trade school at Lone Star. It was like the first day of class, like blew my mind. Just walking into the shop, seeing the tools, seeing like the stuff the class before built, I was like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. And ever since then, and then also like during this time of my journey, I was reminded, like when I was a child, I used to take my dad's tools, like screwdrivers and stuff, and like take apart my toys and put them back together. And so I really did just like doing stuff with my hands. And so I was like, oh, I've been connected to this. I really just forgot about it, or didn't know which avenue to take towards it. And then it wasn't introduced in school. You know, trades are really not talked about anymore. So I was like, once I got into it, I was like, oh, this is it. So yeah.
Y'all better go get y'all a trade.
Right.
Maybe for college at 15, baby Einstein or something.
Not too much.
What's going on?
I was gonna ask you, do you think most people will benefit from learning a trade?
Oh, definitely. Like my new mission is to introduce trades back into the curriculum in schools and just have after school programs, because if you have a trade, you will never go broke. You will never go hungry. Right. It's something you always can do. Just like when a freeze happened, everybody pipes was bursting, plumbers' pockets was fat. Okay?
Right.
So yeah, it's definitely important. And even if it's not for money or passion, just for yourself, like you don't always want to be waiting or having to pay somebody to do something in your house, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think everybody should learn a trade, even if you don't do it full time, just to know how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you all maneuver through real life situations? Like, vague question, but
I was about to say, like, what type?
Yeah, it's a whole bunch.
I guess as far as like your journey, and you not getting upset that things don't happen when you want it to happen,
but when it's supposed to.
Ooh,
yes. Oh my gosh, I used to have that so bad when I was younger. I used to get so mad, but you know, getting into the rap industry, I have learned to have thicker skin. Like I have thick skin and I can take a lot, but in the industry, you have to have really thick skin because a lot of times it's not even about talent. It's about politics. So you have to kind of just realize like, okay, I know I was the best, but they're picking someone else for this reason. Like it's not because you're not good.
Yeah.
It's because of something else.
Yeah.
So I have missed out on so many challenges, so much money because everything is a popularity contest.
Mhm.
So when I get to where I need to be then and I start winning how I know I'm winning, that's how I know this is my time. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is why it's happening now. Because I waited it out. Let it happen. Like you said, flow. Let it flow.
Right, you gotta flow.
Yeah, let it flow.
With the rap though, it'd be a little irritating because it's like, bars, we know that's there. The flow, the cadence, even when it comes to like beat selections.
Mm-hmm.
To be versatile, there's a lot of artists nowadays are not versatile. So it'd be like a lot of different aspects or topics when it becomes to what I think a quote unquote good rapper is not what everybody else be feeling.
Yeah.
But that's how you'll know, like, in the end, if a person can withstand all of that, that's how you'll know if they're really made to be a rapper or they're made to be a part of the industry. Because you're going to go through that regardless. Whatever career it is, you're going to go through that. So it just so happens that rapping is something that I love to do so I can withstand the storm. Because in the end, it's going to be worth it.
Right,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I think timing is everything, and that's something that I've learned on this journey. Even now, like, starting off, it was never I wanted to be an entrepreneur. It was like I just want to build, and I'll work under anyone who has the same vision. Like, I found 2 people, I'm not gonna say their name, but right out of school, I was working with a lady, and she built playhouses, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna work for her, and like I'm gonna be good. She ended up like ghosting me and didn't hear from her. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what's next? Things not working out for me. Like, what's next? Then I found another company I was working with, and I went to California for a minute and worked with them. That didn't work out. And so to me, it just showed me that a lot of times we think things are not working out, and God is showing us like, I got you. Like, just wait and learn what you need from this situation right now. And those experiences taught me I wanted to work under somebody because I was comfortable with that. But he wanted me to get uncomfortable. He was like, nah, I need you to do your own thing. Like, you could see that it's possible. And you can go in those environments and see, okay, if they can do it, you could do it. But this is not for you to stay here.
Right.
And so I just was like, So to me, it's just like things not working out. But to God, it's just like, oh no, we on schedule, we on plan. So I'm like, okay, let me submit.
Right, heavy on the submit.
Right. That's so hard to do, right?
Right.
Sometimes.
I feel like I had to really humble myself. Like, you have to really humble yourself
Yep.
to even understand that you're put into different spaces around different people just to learn.
Yeah.
It's not even just I'm supposed to be here, I'm going to work with them, da da da.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you learn what you're supposed to learn, you move on, and you create your own thing.
Literally.
I feel like that's why I don't get too attached to certain spaces anymore, because you get so comfortable when you've been there for so long.
Yeah.
You're like, dang, this is what's supposed to be happening for me. I know this gonna be years and years. God be like,
Right.
You stop it right, hold up.
I said 10 minutes now.
Right, just for a
I
season.
said 10 minutes, just chill. So I'm happier now that I've learned to let that just be it. Okay, if this is a month thing, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
I was happy for that month.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about this new segment on YouTube, Unlock.
Oh, yes. So, yes, I decided to start my own little YouTube podcast called Unlock with DRIZZTHECEO. And it really started as just people asking me a lot of questions about the music industry, what I'm going to be doing, music-wise. But it eventually turned into people actually wanting to come on the show and, rap and talk to me.
That's
and
good, though.
Yeah, that's really good. So, I said, let me just go with the flow again.
Yeah.
Go with the flow and just see what happens, because I want to showcase other people's talents too. I want to support Black businesses too. I have people coming on want to show their products and stuff like that. So I think that's dope. I want to just, capitalize off it and see what happens.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's really exciting. And I'm hoping to get some bigger guests in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where networking comes in.
Yes, I've networked a little bit over the past couple months, as you can see on my page. So I have a lot of people that are wanting to work with me. So it's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
So have you had any hiccups? Because we work on a podcast. You know what it's like.
Right.
Yeah. Have I? Yeah, I have. I
Leave it
have.
at
God
that.
bless them all, child. Yes. But I don't even let that stuff get me down. I don't. you know, and it's with people because you have to realize you can't work with everybody. And sometimes you want to invite people in because you want to do a good thing. But sometimes God is like, just do this for yourself. This is for you. This is your thing. And let it be your thing.
Yeah.
So I got to be happy with that. This is my time. I'm always trying to share something. That's my problem.
Yes,
that's my
I
problem
feel
too.
that too.
Yeah. What defines a hustler?
Me. Go and get it. Don't stop till you get it.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Got to. Your definition?
Someone who's dedicated to the mission. And actually putting in the work.
Because everybody be saying they're a hustler, child. You ain't did nothing.
Right.
No.
Like, where's
I
the
don't
fruit?
see nothing.
No drive. Ain't no focus.
I don't see a result.
Right.
Result.
Because sometimes you don't even have to see it to know that it's happening, but you can run into somebody 6 months later and they still talking the same, acting the same, walking the same.
Yeah.
You ain't hustled. You ain't did nothing.
Not you ain't hustled.
You ain't hustled.
Right.
Not one time.
Okay, so how does having a child affect your music career?
Oh, well, affect my music career? It doesn't at all.
It doesn't at all?
It doesn't. Because I feel like the people in my family, they know I'm serious about my music. So they try to accommodate me as much as they can. So, and that's a blessing to have because a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah.
Support teams.
And me and my boyfriend, we're still together. You know, he's definitely serious about my music too. So he don't even be playing like when I be like, I need you to, yeah, okay.
Has he always been supportive like that?
Always.
That's good.
Yeah. We haven't ran into any of those problems yet. That's how I know. Look, that's how I know I'm not as big as I'm supposed to be yet. We ain't ran into no problems yet.
Okay, so would you rather clock in at a 9 to 5 for someone or be an entrepreneur?
Let's say it at the same time. Let's say it at the same time.
Entrepreneur.
Be an entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. With the whole clocking in,
Okay.
I don't know. I just feel like people that are workers, they get used.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't benefit from it.
But I don't take away from those people though, because some people are really not meant to be entrepreneurs.
And
Yeah.
I've
About to
learned
make
that too.
that-
A lot of people
yeah.
aren't
Yeah.
meant for it.
Some people can't even handle it.
Yeah.
They nerves be bad.
And we need workers because if I'm an entrepreneur, I need somebody to work for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But okay, so I don't think it's anything wrong with working a 9 to 5. Yeah, I don't feel like it's nothing wrong with working out.
If it makes sense. It gotta make sense.
It gotta make sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
definitely.
I feel like if you working a 9 to 5 and you're using that money to pursue something else, I can see that.
Yeah.
I would love for more people in the world to do that, but I don't see them taking that step.
That's not, what if they're not the type of person who wants to have their own business or,
Yeah.
you know, handle things on their own? Because it is hard to be a business owner. It's hard.
It is.
You have to do a lot of research, a lot of work.
Right.
And some people they're not fit for that. They can't do it.
Yeah, my dad, he tells me it's only two types of people in this world. You are either an entrepreneur or you work with somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
That's
Up
it.
and
That's
building
a fact.
somebody else's dream. And I feel like that's not what I would want to do. I don't want to
Yeah.
build nobody else's dream.
At all.
That's why I think it's very important to know your purpose and your mission because I feel like certain people are assigned certain jobs. So you have the entrepreneurs and you have the people who work. And I had this conversation with somebody just a week ago saying like, you are a really good worker and like his heart, he will work for free. And I just was like, people like me need people like you.
Right.
And so a lot of people are actually waiting on us to do our part so they can do theirs. And I feel like that's the collective aspect of it all. Like it's nothing wrong. If it's in alignment with you, then it works. But the thing is, as far as just thinking about black people as a whole, you have the black people who's supposed to be entrepreneurs, but not doing their part. And then you're leaving those people who need jobs hungry. And so now they have to go get jobs that don't align with who they really are.
Exactly.
But if like this podcast, if y'all hiring people, y'all not only just benefiting for yourselves, it's for them as well, feeding them. And then they might really enjoy this as well too. So it's like, it's an alignment with them and they get money. So it works.
Right.
Yeah.
We get there eventually, y'all.
Right.
We ain't hiring just yet now.
Look. Once we get some sponsors, you know, heavy on that.
Heavy on
So,
that.
Amira, what's your favorite thing that you have built?
This playhouse. I'm in a process. It's literally almost done. I just have to do the roof. But honestly, I would have to say the playhouse simply because is something I've been talking about since the beginning of my journey.
Yeah.
And so to actually be doing it is like, oh, this is crazy. Like I walk in the garage and see the walls. I'm like, this is crazy. So yeah, that's probably. But honestly, the most one that made me the proudest so far was the pantry shelves that I did. Well, my friend's closet, the one you guys reposted. Because I promise y'all, every single project you've seen, I didn't know. I believed I could do it, but as far as like just did it, like knowing I could do it, as far as having the experience before, never. Everything was the first time.
Oh wow!
And so every time I completed something, it just gave me that confidence boost. Like, okay, you could do that, and you could keep doing it. So
gifted hands.
Do you work by yourself or you have a team?
Oh my gosh, I work by myself right now, but I have so many different people who actually support me, family, my dad. If he can, he'll help me. My sister came with me on the project, the one when I did the walk-in pantry. Shout out to Destiny. She came and helped me do that. Ahmad, Tremont, like they helped me on like when I asked them for help, and if I could pay them, I could. But that's where I'm getting a team ready, and so that's why I'm trying to get grants and stuff so I could pay these people. But yeah, right now people just riding with me, and that's just such a blessing. Yeah. So it's me, and then when they can, they help me too.
That's good.
You think it's better to work with a team?
Oh my goodness, yes. Especially, I think always collective energy is gonna push you forward.
But it got to be the right energy.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
And their passion got to be there too.
Yeah, like-minded people is the key. Like anybody else, if they not in your circle, don't force it.
Yeah.
But definitely a team, especially in what I do. That 3/4 inch plywood. What? Yes, having some help definitely, and even being a carpenter, you should always have an apprentice or some type of assistant because it's just heavy work. But but within a business period, a team is always better. Definitely.
So how long does it take you to like finish these projects, like from start to finish?
Ooh, child. It depends on the one. I've been getting faster. Like that walk-in pantry. And y'all, I have a bad thing that I do. I get so excited. I'm like, oh, it's going to take like 2 days. You want the playhouse? I was like, my first playhouse. I was like, I'm going to build this in a week. This ain't nothing. No, ma'am. So, yeah, it depends on the project. Honestly, because I'm still learning as I go. Most of them have took me a little while. Like that walk-in pantry probably took 2 weeks. But that wasn't like every day working on it. It was like kind of on and off. And so as far as consistently, I get things done at a pretty decent time. But like I said, everything has kind of been the first time. So it took a little bit longer. But yeah, I'm getting faster.
Okay. So I seen you hosted a workshop. How did that go?
Oh my gosh. It was so amazing. I cannot wait to do another one. Honestly, it turned out much better than I thought. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm always reassuring myself of, you know your stuff.
Yeah.
And so kind of like reminding yourself of who you are. And so I was like, I'm going to do a workshop and I'm going to teach people. Like, I'm still in the beginning phase. And when I did that workshop, it made me feel like, oh, you really know your stuff. And people was like, I learned, like, one of the people in my workshop said, I feel like I could go home and build anything. And I just was like, oh my God. I don't get it. Look. No. But it was just like I said, seeing like the unity and collective energy. And I'm big on each one, teach one. Like if anything I know, I'm willing to pass it on. And so to be able to do that, I was like, I have to keep doing this. So yeah, it was amazing.
That's good. That's exciting.
It is.
Drizz, how long you been doing music?
For about 8 years now.
How long?
8. Yeah, 8. Never been as serious as I am now. I'll say that. So right now, I just really just mash the gas on everything.
Yeah.
But
what's your recording process like?
Ooh, easy because I don't go to the studio without being prepared. So I'm really not like a studio rat type of person. I like to go in the studio by myself. Yes, get in, get out. And that's why I love my producer, my engineer. He's on the same type of time. Like, he's like, dang, when you come in, you just be taking 30 minutes, one song. I was like, yeah, I told you, I literally planned this whole thing out before I got here.
Right.
Like, I don't like to spend a lot of time.
It's wasting time and
money. You know, I'm not about to be wasting my money when I can have a whole album in a one session.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
So how did you both stay motivated through your testimonial journey?
was hard. It was hard. I prayed a lot. I cried a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very, very hard. But, you know, with me having a kid, it makes me go a little bit harder. And it gives me a reason not to give up because my baby, she is learning and growing. And it's like, dang, before she hits a certain age, I want to have this.
Right.
And, you know, I want all these things to be in place before she hits that age because right now, yeah, everything's fine. She don't know what's going on. You know, I mean, in her world, she knows what's going on. But in this reality, she's not sure of what's happening. So I want for when she gets a little bit older and she can understand, I want her reality to be like, okay, yeah, this is life. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for one, I don't know nothing else. It's like that's all I know to do. And then secondly, the work that I've done, like spiritual and healing work that I've done on myself, really elevated like my self-worth. I was working with a self-love coach. Shout out to Chris. And she really just helped me tap in like to a deeper aspect of myself. And so that always motivates me to keep going because it's like just a reminder of who you are and what you're capable of. And every time I like have doubts, I'm like, but who are you though? Like, what we doubting right now?
Yeah.
So yeah, just constantly reminding yourself like you built for this. So yeah.
So I think I had a lot of isolation time. A lot of prayer, a lot of crying. But more so I had to really empower myself. Like I had a therapist and like I feel like I was just always in my head. So she would try to like defog my head. And 9 times out of 10, wasn't nothing wrong. Like I'm just overthinking. Somebody told me the hardest part of doing things is starting.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
it is.
after they told me that, I was like, let me just go ahead, get the podcast going. You know, you learn stuff as you go, but just start.
Yeah.
For me, I'm always to myself, so that's really nothing. But I've learned that that's kind of a problem too.
Yeah.
Because you do get in your thoughts, you get in your head. There's nobody there to talk to. But I kind of got it easy because I write every day. So it's like music is my therapy. I don't have a therapist. That beat, this phone, thoughts in my head, and how I'm feeling, I'm just gonna spew it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of work through it. To stay motivated, I got a dream, and I'm the only one in this point in time right now that can see it.
Yeah.
Pause. I like that you said that because that's how I be feeling. Like
that's the only thing that keep me going.
Yeah.
Cause I feel like you can invite people to be along for the journey, but they not really seeing your vision how you seeing it.
They don't got your lenses on.
That was just about to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They can't see through these.
Yeah.
They cannot see it.
But I noticed that God gave you the vision, not them.
Right.
So
And
you're not gonna see it.
Either
That's
you gonna
fine,
follow
but
my
you gonna
lead.
see it when it happens.
Yeah, you gotta follow my lead. In the end, you're gonna be, oh my God, y'all know.
I always knew it was gonna happen.
I
I'm sure you
Yeah.
did.
I know.
So that was my thing. Just starting to learn how to become a people's person. I don't really like people too much. Like, I don't, because you never know
The host of the podcast.
Right. You never know people's intentions, their
That part.
motives, energies don't align, like all of that. So
I feel like ego
ego too.
Ego is always involved. And it's just like some people, they haven't gone through that spiritual transformation where they feel like they need to drop it yet.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, dang, I would love to work with you. But your ego
you ain't
needs
there
to,
just yet.
you gotta
But
drop
you
it.
spending like a lot of time with yourself, you are able to, when you go into certain rooms, you
able
can
to
pick up on
identify.
energy very quick.
And
And it's like, the good thing about life is we have the choice to deal with you or not.
Right.
So as soon as I pick up on the energy, I'm removing myself. Quick, easy. No explanation. I don't have to. I don't have to. That's it.
Yeah,
God said no.
If I know it's draining, I'm gonna just move myself.
As you should.
Yeah.
So what do y'all feel like have been your biggest accomplishments this year?
Ooh. I've had a pretty good year thus far. I have. Well, I don't know. Well, you probably don't follow me, but
No, I need to though.
yeah, we need to follow each other. We're gonna hook it up. Girl power. But this year, I actually got invited to the Bay Area with an artist named LaRussell. And he flew me out. You know LaRussell?
Yes.
Girl, yes. He is the dopest person ever that I've met in the
that's
industry.
amazing.
Very genuine spirit. Very, very genuine guy. Flew me out. I mean, paid for everything. And I didn't have to touch my pocket. Not one time. That's crazy though, because I've done so many challenges, you know, and all these people, they either give you the runaround or they playing with your time. But he was the one person that was like, no, I'm literally going to fly you out. Whoever you want to come with you can come with you. And we're going to have a good time. We're going to come perform at the show. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Love that.
Loved it. Like, gave me content, you know, for my page. And certain people just bring you out just to drain you, just to use all your talent up and just throw you away. But he really did everything he said he was going to do, and I respected it so much. To this moment right now, he's still in communication with me. Like, he still makes sure I'm good. He gives me lists of equipment that I can use, different things that I could do for content. I'm like, this
very
God put him in my life.
Yeah.
He really did. You know, and my family's so grateful, you know, for him too, because he always like, how's your mom? How's your dad? You know, he met my dad, you know, chopped it over with my dad because my dad's my manager. So,
okay.
You know, he tried to give him free game and stuff like that because my dad's still learning. But it's been crazy to say that I've actually met him and he was exactly who he is on the internet.
Yeah, because everybody's not like that
at all. He was just like that.
Were you on his page?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, your face looks so familiar.
Yeah,
and I was like, you know, I don't know. I say that a lot, but because I follow him.
Girl, yeah. He is that type of guy. And he's a community guy. Like, I've never seen somebody so in tune with their community. We were walking outside when I flew out there. Walking outside from a restaurant, literally. And 2 minutes later, I'm looking on my phone. It's somebody videotaping us walking down the street. And then we were walking around the corner. Somebody drove up with their kids and their husband in the car. They stopped the car in the middle of the street. Literally. Wow. They were like, Lorenzo! They were like, we freaking love you, bro. He was like, man, that's love. You know, this is community. And they were like, man, I love everything you're doing because he gives back to the community. He has a restaurant out there that he has a stake in, I believe. And he lets the homeless come eat for free. You know, if you don't have the money, he lets you eat for free.
I love that.
Yes, I love that type of energy. That's what I want to do out here. But it's like, out here, people are not as appreciative.
Oh my
They're
God.
really not.
You think they're not appreciative?
No.
I fed the homeless.
No, not the homeless people. Not the homeless people.
You just talking about the
community.
Yeah, the community.
Yeah.
Like, people really will soak everything up that you give them and literally have no gratitude at all. But those people, they show love by supporting his music, buying his merch, because of the little things that you do in the community. You don't have to do that. So this is why we love you. This is why we do what we do for you. You know, I like that.
Yeah, that's dope. I want to do that eventually in Houston, but I need the culture of Houston to change.
Right. It has to change.
It got to change.
I'm not putting myself out there.
Yeah.
You know, only with groups that I know will appreciate it.
Right.
I'm not putting myself out there with anybody else that I just know. You're not even on my type of time, child. You going to take this little money and go on about your business. Never hear from you again.
Yeah. Call me crazy. I am from Cali, originally born there. But I feel like the culture is different. It is a lot of, you know, people focus on the violence and stuff that happens out there, but that like black love hit a little different. And I don't know. I noticed it. The culture is different there versus here. I do have like a bunch of good people here though, support as well, but there's just like the struggle, something about that struggle. It just connects people in a different way. And so even like Nipsey, all of them, it was like that love, it just was like embedded within the community. And so, yeah, I know what you're talking about as far as that.
Very true. Out there, they showed, like, I couldn't even believe that it was happening. They were like,
stunned.
Yes. They just welcomed me with open arms. And, you know, you hear all these things about Cali, like gang culture and stuff like that. But and I'm sure that because that's everywhere. But when I was out there, they literally welcomed me with open arms. I couldn't even believe that it was happening. A guy was like, he was like, man, why you looking like that? He was like, we love people out here. I was like, y'all surprised me because in Houston, everybody was giving me hugs after we just saw each other yesterday. Y'all giving me another hug. I was like, in Houston, they don't do that. In Houston, we like dap you up and going about our business.
Catch a little deuce, that's about it.
That's it. Yeah. They was man, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm good. I'm great. I love you.
Man, I
love you. Because I love that type of energy. You can't go and get that everywhere. You can't.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Amira, what is your
biggest accomplishment? Okay. I want to say so many great things that happened this year.
Hey, you ain't got to say just one.
Okay.
All right.
The positivity.
A really big thing that happened was I won this grant. It was a $500 grant. And so I was really trying to figure out how to get the money to build my first playhouse. And I was like, do I have to get a client first and like pretty much build it? Tell them I'll do the labor for free, and then they'll just have to pay for the materials. Like I was trying to figure it out, and then something just told me just like write it down, manifest it, and just focus on like believing it's gonna come to you. And like it's different things that I say, like money comes to me easily, like just different call them chants or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, affirmations. And so I saw this grant. Somebody was actually talking about it on Instagram, and I applied for it. And like I just had a little confidence when I was applying for it. I was like, I just kept on saying I'm gonna win this grant. And so I won the grant, and I got the money that I need to build the first playhouse. And so that's what I've been working on. And I'm like, this has been the highlight of my year, because it's like, again, to just talk about something for so long, or has been saying I'm gonna build this and I'm gonna build a playhouses. Now I feel like everybody who know me heard playhouses probably 100 times or tiny homes. And so it just like to actually be working on it and almost complete it is like, yeah, this is it for me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for me, it's got to be this podcast. You got me out the house, dude. I've been like, for real, all jokes aside, I've been put up for like 2 years. I had some little legal stuff going on. I couldn't be outside like that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got all that cleared, you know what I'm saying? Dismissed and all of that. But you and this podcast, like coming here weekly, the weekly content we be doing, all of that, that's a huge accomplishment for me.
I like that. Go
ahead.
Let's clap it up for that.
You gotta clap it up for that. I like that.
Okay, mine. I got a couple. The podcast, that's number one.
Yeah.
I really been talking about this since maybe 2021.
Yes,
I had one of my old teachers buy the equipment, and I don't know, I just wasn't confident about being on camera. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just start a YouTube channel, try to get my face, get comfortable in front of the camera, all of that. Did that. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead. Then when the boy told me the hardest part is starting, I'm like, okay, well, let me just go ahead and do it, get that out the way. And after the first episode, we was like, oh yeah, we in there.
Right.
Yeah.
The first guest we had, they was like, oh, y'all like naturals. I'm
Right.
like, yeah.
Like, first time we did this, dude. Little do you know.
Feeding the homeless. I do want to, give back. So, me and one of my friends, we started like a Be a Blessing Foundation. That's what it's called. And we want to, give back to the community, whether that's like a school drive, feeding the homeless, whatever. And then the last one was my mental health painting picnic. So I really enjoyed that one out of everything, just because everybody was just so vulnerable with telling their story, and like they really enjoyed themselves. And we had like a therapist, she came or whatever to participate. And I didn't know she was a therapist until we got to talking and stuff. And I was telling her that like I want to have like a mental health community center. And she was like, oh, I would love to help you with that. I'm like, God, I see you. I see you. Right. So yeah, those are my three.
Oh, that sounds nice though.
Yeah.
That paint picnic.
I'm having it's gonna be like monthly.
Yeah.
So what you do, just paint and chill and talk?
Paint? No, it's an agenda.
No, I'm saying that, but working through life issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's nice.
I missed the last one. I'm gonna come to the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we should all get an invitation.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna send it to you personally. Okay. So don't say you didn't get it.
I'm gonna get it.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna talk about finances real quick. Would you rather your significant other make more than you, less than you, or equal?
I don't think I really care about that.
Right. As long as we both got an income.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't really care about that.
not even getting by. We living.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me put it like this. If you made more, would you, I don't know, because when it comes to dudes, we talk about ego a lot.
Yeah, I was just going to say that their ego and their pride get in the way.
Like, I feel like that's a question for a man. Because, I'm saying because women usually just are okay with anything. Like, we don't really be caring.
And then we spread our money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're willing to spread the wealth. Like,
and that's honestly how it is right now. Honestly, in our community, a lot more women are making more money than, and not in the sense that men not making no money, but that's how a lot of these homes and just relationships are structured.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very true.
So, do y'all see yourselves getting married at one point?
Oh yes, I do.
Hopefully very soon.
Right. I'm trying to get next 2 years. I'm trying to with my husband.
No,
2
seriously.
years? I don't know about that one. Well, I'm young.
I was gonna say I'm a little older, so.
I feel like, I've been praying on it. I'm gonna let God do his thing. I ain't gonna rush it.
Yeah, don't rush it.
But I wouldn't mind if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
Marriage is a good thing. It is. And it can structure your life a little bit more. I mean, you have to be a structured person, but it can help structure it a little bit more, I feel like.
So do y'all feel like marriage is still, do people still feel like marriage is of value?
If we're speaking as like a whole, I feel like people do not value marriage as much anymore. But that's why I say it just depends on the person, the individual, because I still value marriage.
Yeah.
So, and my parents, they value marriage.
Right.
So it's, yeah.
You know what I hear most? Why should I put my name on these papers?
It's just a piece of paper.
It's just a piece of paper.
But
it's not even that.
It's not.
It's
Yeah,
a
when
little
people
bit
say
more.
stuff like that, it's like, that's what you think it is.
Right.
Yeah.
It's deeper than just a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And that's why, like she said, it depends on the person, because
yeah.
when you have that vision, like all of us have in this room, and just have a mission, it's like to have that partnership and that support to help you work towards that. It's like a marriage is really everything.
Yeah.
If you're have the knowledge on who that person is and the role that they play and what you guys are building towards. I feel like marriage is definitely the important and the foundation of community.
Yeah.
But right now, the divorce rate is very high.
Freaking
Insane.
Yeah. And a lot of people get away from it. I know it sounds so cliche, but like God has to be invested in your marriage as well. You can't just be like, oh, I'm getting married and that's because I love him. Love is not enough, first of all, to keep a relationship.
Amen.
So it has to be way more embedded in that relationship for it to last and for it to really mean something. So that's why I think marriage is more important. Like, people get married every day, but they don't even believe in God.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't even believe in God.
They want to get divorced after one fight.
Right. Yeah.
Y'all don't have no faith.
Right, no faith.
At all.
No willpower.
At all.
Yeah.
No faith.
None. Just be ready to get divorced.
I feel like that's a common trend right now. People don't have no faith no more.
Oh, talk about that.
Yeah.
It is. We be so quick to get down. Well, I ain't gonna say we be because I.
But that ain't me. But you know what I mean.
Right,
The people over there, the folks.
The folks be quick to get down, and just let that moment be like, this is the rest of life. It's not. It's just this moment right now.
Right.
It's just a learning experience. Just let it happen, and just be ready to move on to the next thing.
Right.
See, I feel like in marriage or just relationships, period, people are forever changing. So you're not going to get the same person that you married the first day, 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line, even 2 years down the line. Everybody's changing. And I feel like some people they have it stuck in their mind where, okay, this is who I met. And if you're not the same, then I don't want you. And it's just like, life is evolving. Not even just me. Life, everything. I'm not in control of this, So I feel like people need to get comfortable with the idea that people can change.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that it's always in a negative aspect.
Right. Could y'all work with y'all significant other? Like in the same field?
That's the plan for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know, because I feel like me and my boyfriend are a good team, but we get on each other's nerves. So, like, I feel like I can work with anybody, me personally, because I'm that type of person.
Yeah.
Like, even if we get into it, business comes first for me. So if we're working together, I'm going to always put the work first. But when we go home, I'm going to let you have it.
See, I can't do that. I done worked with like a significant other before, and it was just like, yeah, no, this ain't going to do it for me. I don't think I would ever work with my significant other.
Wow, what was the problem?
Yeah.
It was more so of, first off, we have the same job. Let's just start right there. We have the same job, same title. It's like, same thing, like, okay, I got a co-worker, we got the same title, they feel like they the manager. No, this is
I feel like the man would do that.
And that's exactly what you do. Calm down.
Yeah.
Brings us back to ego.
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't
Drop it.
let you be better at the job than them. That's what will really mess everything up. you getting all this recognition. Yeah, she ain't even that good though.
Right. I put in all the work.
Doing it. Yeah.
And that's exactly how they be. I don't have time for that. I feel like we are good doing our separate things. I don't want nobody to be just like me. Oh, we're in the same. We be in the same field, but we don't have to do it together.
Right. So it's probably for the best though to not work together, because you see too much of each other anyway at home.
Because I don't know how people do it. Like I've seen a lot of people, like in the music industry, like they both rap or whatever the case may be, or manager artist. I can't do that. Like
that's why I was saying I don't know, because like I don't think I would want my boyfriend to be in the music industry with me, because it's already like we haven't even surpassed certain things yet. We haven't even dealt with jealousy or anything like that, and I don't want that to become a factor. Because you're gonna be around a lot of different people in the industry. I'm not even gonna lie. You're gonna deal with certain things that you probably wouldn't see on an everyday basis, and I just don't even want to make us subject to that and have to go through that if it's unnecessary. I don't want to deal with it.
I feel like I could. It just would depend on. We probably couldn't have the same title. We could be in the same field. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I rap. You can't be a rapper. I wouldn't.
Such a man.
Not even because I think he's better than me. It's like, I wouldn't want. I think about people. I think about it like this.
Are you competitive?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
He probably lying.
I swear to God, I'm not. My thing is this. I know how other people think. We both rappers. First thing gonna come out their mouth is, oh, that nigga write all your stuff. And I probably ain't wrote nothing for you. It's like, I don't even want to put you in that position. Or for you to be in a position to where you feel like I got to make a certain decision because I know my boyfriend going to do X, Y, and Z if I don't. So like you get an opportunity to go work with a good rapper. Well, my boyfriend a rapper too. I don't know. This rapper, he a little bigger than my boyfriend. He may not like that. Let me just shy away from that. I don't even want to put you in that position.
But that comes with having an understanding though.
True.
Those type of things. You have to have an understanding, because you're not ever finna make me walk away from no money.
Right, I'm not walking away from no bag.
I'm not walking away from no bag. Because I wouldn't want you to walk away from a bag.
Right.
I don't care if I don't like it. Go get that. Go bring it home. Bring it home.
So maybe if I'm like, I'm the rapper, you probably make beats. You make my beats.
Oh,
I'll kill your beats now. Make the beats. A&R. It's so many different fields of music. You don't just have to rap.
No, not a rapper.
Not a rapper. Nah.
That is hilarious.
It is.
That's hilarious.
But no, I'm not really competitive though. I ain't.
See, let me tell you. I feel like certain things I'm competitive in, but then it's other things I don't care. You feel like it's a bit okay, you should. I'm not gonna knock you, but hey, you're not gonna dim my light.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like when it's something you really good at, you don't care.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna care because how much you talk.
Yeah.
Right. You can talk, but we all see the end result.
Yeah.
Every time. So I don't be caring either. So
it'd be like that. All right. So we're coming to the conclusion of this episode. So we're going to end it like this. Everybody, what is something that you would want to give to our audience? Some good advice you want to give to our audience?
I would say some good advice I would give, because it's something that affected me so heavily on my journey, is really figure out who you are first. Because most people always focus on, what am I supposed to do, like career-wise? But really tapping into who you are is going to tell you everything you need to know as far as purpose and what you're supposed to be doing right now. So really dig deep in your healing journey. I'm a big advocate for healing. Healing looks different for everybody. It's different forms of therapy. It's all different type of stuff. Just being alone by yourself. Some people just need to be by themselves for a minute. Not necessarily isolation, because sometimes isolation is you separating in a sense of like trying not to be around people out of like maybe even a fear aspect of thinking that someone's energy is going to come and mess with minds, but more so just being alone and having that, sitting in that silence, So yeah, my advice would be to dig deep, focus on yourself, make yourself your priority as far as figuring out who you are, and then trusting the process. That's so big for me right now, trusting the process. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I would say I'm actually going to pass on a piece of advice that I got myself.
Okay.
Because like you said earlier, overthinking is a thing. So I was a really big overthinker. But Lil Russell actually told me, he was like, overthinking leads to underdoing. So you need to really think about where you want to go in your life and how far you want to go, because if you continue to let overthinking hinder you, you won't get anywhere. And also if you have a dream, just step out on faith, because you can't just put your dreams in your pocket and think it's going to still be there, baby. That's going to be lint by the time you look back at it.
Right.
I'm so serious. Like, I feel like follow your dreams at all times, because we only have one life. As everybody says, we know that we have one life, but follow your dreams so that you can make the most out of your life,
Yeah.
Okay. Mine, trust the process, like she said. What Nike said, just do it.
That part.
Don't even, I feel like too many people get in their head and they just cloud their mind and they just don't do nothing.
Right.
So just do it. And what's another one? In due time. That's all I can say.
All right, well, y'all know me. My constant theme is hustle. You gotta go get you some bread, get you some ciabatta. And this time we in right now, if you don't got no money on, you can't have no fun on. I'm just being honest. You gotta have you some money. But besides the hustle, we don't talk about self-love. You gotta love yourself. Yeah. You don't love yourself enough, how you gonna love yourself enough to go get you some money?
That part.
So
how you gonna love yourself enough not to get out the bed?
To get out the bed, right. You gotta be able to start somewhere. So I think the start of that will be self-love. And from self-love, go ahead and get you some money, folks.
Yeah. All right. So we're leaving off with this. All right. And we have our special guest, Drizz, the CEO, AMIRAH Means, a.k.a. The Carpenter. It's your girl, Jazzy.
It's your boy, Karen Cash.
And
it's a
we're
wrap.
out.
Later.